Are dragons subject to Darwin's theory of evolution? If you've ever played Skyrim or seen the Hobbit movies, you may have noticed something a little different about the dragons in them. Let's compare, for example, Sean Connery's Draco from Dragonheart to Benedict Cumberbatch's Smaug from The Hobbit. First, let's ignore the fact that Draco looks like Robbie from Dinosaurs. Just get it out of your head. Go to your safe spot. Okay. So Draco has 4 limbs and 2 wings, but Smaug only has his hind limbs, and his 4 limbs have been replaced by wings, like a bird or a bat. This difference makes Smaug a wyvern, while Draco is a full-fledged dragon, which is sad, now that I think about it. What is a wyvern, and how are they different from dragons? Well, first off, dragons in terms and usage is far older. In the Western world, they go back to ancient Greece, where they were called draken, meaning snake. Wyverns, on the other hand, well, they didn't show up until the 17th century, Great Britain. They come from the Latin vipera, meaning viper, which is a kind of snake. So I guess wyverns are dragons. Something is up here, and I need to get to the bottom of it. Where did dragons get their looks in the first place? In different mythologies and cultures, they seem to have different ideas about what a dragon is. In seafaring places, dragons were sea serpents like Jormungandr. In Russian Ukraine, Zmeg Yornich is a dragon with 3 heads. And at Disney, well, they make dragons dance. This is because, like all myths, dragons are a meme, an idea repeated in a way analogous to the biological reproduction of genes. The basic thought is, much in the same way evolution can change an organism by mutations in the replication, so too can ideas change. The ideas that best suit an environment are those ideas that thrive. In that way, Apep, Serpent of the Nile, is a dragon perfectly suited for Egypt, evolved specifically for that environment. Unfortunately, there's a flaw in all of this, namely Asian dragons. Asian dragons are very diverse. Most have a serpentine design, which may also look like turtles, fish, or whatever this is. Sometimes they have limbs, sometimes not. They can usually fly, but rarely have wings, and Disney, of course, makes them dance. The most interesting thing about Asian dragons is that they seem to have sprung up independently from those in Europe, who all stem from Greece. In fact, Chinese dragon depictions are far older, going back into the Neolithic era, thousands of years before Greece. Could Greco dragons be the same dragons as those from China? During this time, there was a network of interconnected tradeways known as the Silk Road. While no one merchant traveled the entire road, goods did, and with those goods traveled stories. The ancient Greeks could have been influenced by stories that were told and retold by merchants traveling the road. Except, scholars don't believe that's the case. This might be an occurrence of convergent evolution, when similar traits appear in different unconnected species. These traits have similar form or function, but do not have a common ancestor which gave that trait. They evolved the same trait independently. European and Asian dragons are an example of a convergent meme, an idea created independently in 2 separate areas that are unconnected by a parent idea, each one evolving on its own. In this way, one could say European and Asian dragons are 2 separate species. This does lead to a deeper question. Convergent evolution usually happens when there are 2 environmental niches with similar problems for 2 different species. Does this mean in the case of dragon inception there were similar cultural environments? Or does it run deeper than that? Is there a need for humans to have dragons in their life? An explanation buried deep within our genes that make us create these legends. Anthropologist David E. Jones argues in his book, An Instinct for Dragons, that dragons are so widespread because of humans innate fear of predators. Basically, we evolved so dragons can evolve. Today I'm going old school and I'm making the featured artist Larry Elmore. His art inspired me and thousands of others to tell wonderful fantasy stories. Link to his work in the dungeon below. If you're new to the channel, I have many other videos just like this one. Subscribe if you want everyone as they come out, or if you're not sure, check out this video about trolls. It's lovely. Also, I do the social media on Facebook where I post all sorts of fantasy and sci-fi news to keep you ahead of the game, which is important when you never stop gaining experience.
You have gained 30 experience points.